Good morning. I see many faces in the audience today that I recognize, so thank you all for being here today. I specifically want to shout out for class of 94. I see a couple of families representing that class, which is the class that I feel very honored to say that I graduated with. So I am an alum, I'm a parent, and a division head here at Albuquerque Academy. And I want to start today. Chris and Martha have done such a great job talking about our academic program, and it really is phenomenal. I've been at 9 schools, and it really is exceptional. But I want to talk a little bit about my experience here as an alum and as a student. I know a few of you in this room have heard me tell this anecdote before, but I feel that it's very important to share because it really expresses how my experience here as a student started in 6th grade. I didn't know a soul when I walked on this campus. Quite frankly, I didn't want to go to school here. I fought my mom about it because I didn't know anybody. And my friends were going to go to Pius because I went to Catholic school before I came here. Hey. So I remember walking on the campus the very first day, walking along into the 6th grade commons and feeling my stomach flip about as I was just really scared. And I walked in the common area where all the students were hanging out, and it seemed as though quite a few students might have known each other, so I felt a little intimidated by this environment at first, so I kind of perched myself in the corner of the room. And about 30 seconds after I was standing there, I felt a tap on my shoulder, and another shout out to Mr. Bacalini today. He came up to me and started asking me my name, where I went to school, what my hobbies were, and quickly he recognized other students in that same room who were standing by themselves. And he pulled them into the same circle that he pulled in me, and we all started talking. And to this day, these are some of my very best friends. And I felt so relieved after about 5 minutes on this campus. And it's interesting because this is the first year that I can share that my own son is a 6th grader here and had a very similar experience coming on campus because he didn't know many people. And Mr. Bacalini is his family head this year. So, how the life cycle of my family has continued here at Albuquerque Academy. But I can't tell you how much the teachers at the school have impacted and continue to impact my family. And Andrew has had such an amazing experience just getting to know so many students. What they do that is amazing, and I've learned more about it this year. I was in 7th grade in that program for a year, but I didn't see kind of the integration that they have been doing in the 6th grade side of things. But the teachers will get, a baseball bat or a soccer ball, and they'll start games or bananagrams or whatever it is with all of the students. So Andrew's come home this year saying, today I played bananagrams with Miss Rodriguez and a different group of students almost every day. And so they do a phenomenal job, more than I even realized, of really integrating many groups of kids and making them feel very comfortable. So the support that I felt from Mr. Bacalini on that very first day, that level of support continued during my entire experience here. When I went away to college and I was pretty intimidated going away from home for the very first time, obviously I had parents that were very supportive of me, but I actually reached out to my advisor. And my advisor, who has retired from the school at this point, she helped me throughout that entire year adjust to college. So she was just another resource for me. And ironically, just yesterday, one of my advisees, who I had 2 years ago, popped into my office expressing some challenges he's had with kind of integrating into college. And so we strategized together and came up with a plan of how to help support him moving forward. So the support that I felt during the 7 years that I was a student has continued to impact my life for many years beyond. And still today, like I mentioned, many of these people I met are still my very best friends. So it really does continue to impact my life for a very long time. When students come into the 10-12 division, as Martha talked about, a lot of the 8 through 12 program is similar in regards to the schedule that she was just talking about and things like that. But we try, right when students come into the 10-12 division, similar to 8-9, to get them set up with different people to support them right away. so that they feel connected and supported. They will pick an advisor, so that's what's different. It's a similar program to what Martha laid out. We have 4 pillars that are a little bit different in 10-12 that we focus on. We focus on service, connection, academics, and wellness. They do pick their advisors, and they meet with them once a cycle, similar to 8-9. So right away, we want, after the students have been in the division for about 3 weeks, we have them choose those advisors so the sophomores have an opportunity to get to know some people in the division. But we feel that that connection is really important for students feeling comfortable in their integration into the high school. So, and I did not introduce the most important people here. That's not great. Exactly. So this is Roger, and this is Noah, and these are 2 of our fantastic 11th graders. And so let's go ahead and have you guys talk about kind of your experience with the advisory program and your advisor.
So what Ms. Lonsart said is true. You choose your advisors. It's a bit different than the 6th and 7th grade where you're assigned family heads. My advisor this year that I chose, he's a physics teacher, but I don't take his class. So I chose him because he's the Ultimate Frisbee team, captain and sponsor, and I'm a member of that club. And he's also, I've known him for a long time. He's a really, really great guy, really smart guy, and he's helped me a lot just through the school year because I'm doing check-ins. And I mean, you get to be in like a really friendly position with your advisors, so it's not like they have things that say you have to check in with your students, make sure they're doing okay, set plans. And one day I forgot that we had to have a meeting, and I ran into him in the hallway. He said, "Oh yeah, we forgot your meeting, so are you doing okay?" I said, "Yeah." He says, "Okay, great." And we just walked away. He's a really great guy. And then you get into you have really good relationships with your family heads and advisors throughout your time here. So when I was in 6th grade, I had Miss Hewlett. She was a math teacher, and she was my family head. And even till this day, we're really close. She's actually helping me with my college process, and so she'd write a recommendation letter to the University of Florida for me, since she's no longer for that. So, but yeah, all of the advisors and family heads I've had over the years are still really close to me.
Hi. So what's interesting is actually as I look out, I see 2 teachers that I've been lucky enough to have while I'm here, and one of whom, Miss Motter, was my advisor last year. And you know, as they were both talking, and I heard them talking about the family heads in 6-7 and their advisors in 8-9, only one word kept popping in my mind, and I kept seeing, you know, the teachers and Miss Motter, and I thought, caring. You know, I think that's such a great adjective to describe the advisors here, because every single one that I've had has been so caring, and they've taken such an interest in my life and the lives of my peers. And I think what's interesting is Miss Motter was my advisor last year. She's an English teacher. I really loved her class. Also Mr. Presley's class. He really does a nice job with that 9th grade world history class. And Miss Motter actually, I hosted an event here on campus, I think 2 weeks ago, and she brought her whole family out, and she really came to help it come to life. So I was really thankful for her. So I have a great advisor this year also, and all my advisors I've really loved. So yeah.
A big difference in 10-12 is that we really start integrating the college process to help students feel prepared for what next adventures they choose to take after their time at Academy. All students will be assigned a college guidance counselor, and there's 3 of them. All of them have different specialties, and they're all available for support for all families, but everybody will be assigned one person in particular to work with, at least as they start the process. In the schedule, we have something called College Knowledge. Because students have a lot of different extracurricular activities and they need time after school to complete homework and things like that, we try to integrate a lot of those spaces of time that are needed to support the college process in the schedule. So once a cycle, they will meet with the college advisors, and they will just help them in a variety of ways. They'll help them prepare for the SAT. They'll talk to them about ways to prepare financially, moving into college, different ways of looking for different colleges that might interest you. So they take them through a lot of different processes to support the students. There will also be one-on-one meetings that start junior year. If parents feel the need to have one-on-one meetings sophomore year, they're welcome to do that. There's also an online opportunity called SCORE, and that is a space where all of the recommendation letters, all of the data for colleges is in that online opportunity for parents and students to use. So you are always welcome if you're thinking, if you want more information about the College Guidance Office, I can always help you with that, as well as they are always happy for people just to walk in and ask more information. We also assign all students when they come into the 10-12 division to a dean of students. There are 2 deans of students, and they're split by alphabetically. So there's just a lot of different people who are working with the students when they come into the division. Similar to 8-9, we have clubs, extracurricular activities. The club time in particular, there are club time opportunities during the schedule as well, so if students have an extracurricular activity after school that doesn't allow them time to participate in different clubs, they can have those opportunities during the school day. If a student comes up with a club that they're interested in, we too will open up the opportunity for them to start that club. We have clubs like DECA, which is a business club. We have mock trial. We have Model UN. We have Ultimate Frisbee. We have chess. So some of the clubs, as Mr. Janine mentioned, are 6 through 12. And we have mountain biking club. There are about 80 clubs in the 10-12 division. Those are online as well. If you go to the 10-12 division, it will clearly show a list of those clubs. And so feel free to look at that as well. So let me ask Roger and Noah about some of their clubs or extracurricular activities that you've been involved in and how those have impacted your time at Academy.
I'm actually in 2 clubs here at school. I'm in mock trial. I'm unfortunately not on the same team as Marley, though I wish I was. I think it'd be pretty fun. And I'm also in DECA, and we took our district DECA test last night actually. So DECA meets during our club time, which is built into our schedule. So that's when we get our lectures, study, make spreadsheets, usual DECA things, and then mock trial meets after school a lot on weekends, and we do a lot of FaceTiming between attorney and witness. I'm a witness on mock trial.
So I'm a member of a couple different clubs here. I mentioned Ultimate Frisbee. I also play in the steel drum ensemble. I have since 6th grade, and last year I went to Popejoy. It was great. We played for lots of different people. Amongst other things, like the clubs meet, like you said, on club times, except none of mine do, of course. So my steel drum meets before school, and Ultimate Frisbee is going on right now. It meets on Saturdays. I'm also a member of Birding Club and lots of different things. And like Ms. Lamhart said, if there's not a club that a student would want to participate in, and there's many, but they can easily start another one. They just have to take it to like Student Senate or the deans, and I'm a member of the Student Senate. And so the Senate can provide funding for a club, like a certain amount of money. It varies based on like the year and who needs it, but it's really, really easy to start a club that you want to start if there isn't one that you want to join.
So when you get into 10-12, especially in 11th and 12th grade, students start to gain more flexibility in their schedules to be able to pick up more electives and to really create a specific schedule that caters specifically to their educational interests and needs. So I would like to ask Noah and Roger about kind of the specific kind of elective programs that you've chosen to be part of and how you've decided to create your schedule.
So basically the schedules are all made up of the things you need to graduate, of course, so math, history, English, and then you have an elective and a language, that all varies based on how old you are, what grade you're in. So I really like my language classes, and so 8th grade I started taking Japanese, the world language, for my cycle. In my 4th year taking it now, and my teacher's great, I love it. And I decided to take Spanish too as well as my elective. So I'm in Japanese and Spanish, and this summer I was able to go for 3 weeks on an exchange program in Japan. It was amazing. I lived with a host brother, I met friends that I'm never going to forget, practiced the language, and I'm definitely going to go back. It was an amazing experience. Another class I'm taking is called Godzilla, and it's a mix between English and history combined. And so it's about an hour and a half each day. It's taught by 2 teachers, one English teacher, one history teacher, and it's really great. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's basically just English and history clumped into one long course.
So this year will be my 6th year taking Spanish here, and I'm in our AP Spanish class, and I've really fallen in love with the language here. I didn't love it so much. I didn't think I wanted to learn it really, but once I started taking it, I started to enjoy it. And also I'm in a symphonic band, which is our top band with Marley. She unfortunately has to sit in front of me, so. But yeah, so those were my two classes that I got to pick. And this year I'm in physics, which is actually a new type of physics that they're teaching this year, and I'm happy that I've been part of the first year long run of that.
So we would love to open it up to questions. I know we've given you a lot of information today, but there might be some questions that we haven't answered, so let's go